Hello dear beloved, welcome to this reading. We are here to see what are the current energies and what are certain guidances that want to come across to you right now. Very importantly, this is going to be a tough reading. This is going to be a very blunt reading. मैं पहले से ही आपको बता रही हूँ क्योंकि there is this very strict energy around you right now, dear one. If you have tuned into this live, if you are feeling called to look at the messages, to listen to the contents of this reading, please know that you as soul right now, you have been tired looking at all of the sugar coated readings that are going on around the internet, that are going to tell you that everything is happening, and then you look around in your 3D reality and absolutely nothing is happening, nothing is shifting, nothing is changing on your twin flame journey, and that is bringing up some sort of a frustration and a letdown. But right now I feel like God Divine wants to bring in certain guidances and help through this channeling by way of this live to you, so that you can readjust, realign, shift yourself and bring attention to certain areas that need your attention, that need your focus, right? Where shift needs to happen so that you can start seeing the changes as well, right? Okay, so here is a pick a pile in front of you. This is a lovely Cinnabar palm stone. If you feel called to this lovely stone, you can pick pile number 1. For pile number 2, we have the lovely Bumblebee Jasper. Lovely Bumblebee Jasper for pile number 2. And for pile number 3, we have our Angelite. Angelite for pile number 3. Relax your shoulders, take in a deep breath. I want you to clear your mind. You might have lots of confusions, lots of questions in your head right now. Who is my person? Who is not my person? Am I on this journey? Am I not? What is happening with me? I don't know. I don't know the next step that I need to take. Shh. I want you to relax and to clear out all of these discordant thoughts, all of this unaligned energy right now. Clear and calm your mind, relax your shoulders. Everything is right here, right now. Everything is fine. You are in a safe spot if you're watching this live, right? So nothing to worry about. We are going to derive certain very deep and very important answers about your journey today, so that you can get a definitive guide, you can get a direction, a sense of where this is going, or where you need to be carrying yourself, how you need to be carrying yourself, right, with regards to this connection particularly, right? So I want you to just clear your mind. Don't even think about your person, right? Dive into this reading, into this message with utmost clear energy, right? So if you have picked Cinnabar, let us see what are the guidances and the messages that want to come across for you. First of all, I am going to let you know that this is a structured reading. Okay, so there are 3 questions that I'm going to ask for each pile, and then there are going to be some added messages, added guidances that are going to come across, which I'm going to draw out. So the first question will be for each pile: what are you ignoring? Okay, what are you ignoring right now, dear one? I have the Tower card coming out. So definitely there's one thing that I noticed, that I picked out Cinnabar and Bumblebee Jasper, both of which have like certain toxic elements and there it is showing up. Okay, so with the Tower card coming out, I feel like you might be ignoring the way in which you are keeping yourself trapped. Okay, the Tower asks for a dismantling of the ego. The Tower asks and invites you to see someone or something bigger than yourself. The Tower will invite you to humble yourself, to humble down, to allow things to break you, right? Because only when the breaking happens, only then can the rebuilding take place, right? So the Tower invites us to look into those dark aspects of self which we are not willing to break down into, or that we are not allowing to fall, right? These might be certain appearances, This might be a certain character that you are holding up. This might be a certain way of doing things. No, I am this way, I want to do things this way, right? So there is a certain kind of stubbornness, certain element of not willing to listen to others that you might be ignoring, okay, that might be coming up for your attention. Please pay attention. See, because this is the Tower of Babel, right? The king who built this tower was so powerful during that time, right? He allowed his sovereign right to just like to balloon up his ego, right? And in that he built a tower so high, but in the end what ended up happening was that lightning struck from the heavens and then everything fell down, right? Everything had to crumble because it was not built on firm grounds. It was not built on the ground of all oneness, right, of inclusivity. It was built on the ground of shallow ego and vanity, right? So anything that is built on shaky grounds must come down, right, must crumble. So this is divine intervention taking place, right? And maybe this also might be a sign, dear one, I'm feeling for some of you who are watching this right now, there is a very specific sign that God is showing you again and again and again. It is something related to karma. It is something related to your actions that you have created in the past, that you have performed in the past and that you are ignoring, right? It might be something to do with a certain event that took place in the past with which you are pushing down, which you are ignoring. This also might be a certain person leaving your life, right? So you're being called to just like bring your attention to it, because there is some healing that is going to happen through the acceptance of that. Allow yourself to accept it. Allow yourself to break even. You know, even if you break down, you might be just like guarding your heart. You might be protecting your heart, your emotions, your feelings right now, thinking that, oh, you know, if I start melting, no one is going to be here to help me, to hold me. Please know that God is always there. God is always there to help you, to hold you. There is always going to be a person and a divine energy around you which is going to protect you through this, right? So allow yourself to bring attention to this particular aspect, okay, that you have been ignoring. Probably you are also ignoring speaking your truth, okay, out of the fear that there might be certain fights that might happen. Certain people might have their ego bruised from you speaking the truth. Now it is very important for you to speak the truth, because when you align with your highest truth, the truth that you know to be true, right, you actually become the mouthpiece of God. You become this lightning, you become this divine intervention, right, in someone else's life. And if speaking the truth is going to break certain connections, it's going to trigger certain people, so be it. So be it. You are being called to bring focus to this, right? So just ignoring and postponing speaking your mind, speaking your highest truth is only going to worsen things for you, right? That is why you feel stuck. That is why you feel that, you know, nothing is happening and people keep on behaving the same way. People are behaving very childishly around you, right? Why? Because it is you who needs to correct them, right? So there are always two sides to a coin, right? So when we experience this breakdown, when we experience this breaking down, we also become the catalyst for someone else's reform and rebuilding, right? So it's a very, very deep message, dear one, right? Yeah, Shweta, we can do that at the end of this live. We can do that. Okay, so the second question is, what beliefs are you holding on to? What beliefs or attachments are you holding on to, dear one, dear pile one? What is it that you're holding on to? You might be holding on to certain things from the past, and these are like pleasant things from the past, but I feel like right now they are not relevant. I feel like you are daydreaming about this. You are daydreaming too much. I feel like you have rose-colored glasses on your eyes. You are unable to see how your person has treated you, and maybe they have treated you quite badly. They have treated you quite badly. I just want you to take that rose colored glass off, right? See things just as they are, clear and crisp, right? What beliefs are you holding on to? Also, some of you might be thinking that if I have met them, it will happen, but not necessarily so. Not necessarily so, because, and I don't mean this in a demeaning way, I don't mean this in a negative way for you or to break the bubble of hope that you might have, but I want to be you to be really realistic right now. Okay, you must be willing and open to everything that divine wants to bring to you right now, and not just one outcome, right? If you are bent upon one single outcome, you have signed up for disappointments and being miserable. Don't do that. Please don't do that, right? You need to release things from the past, even though they might be good memories. Just cherish them, give thanks for them, and then let them be. Come back to the present moment. You don't need to dwell into it, right? You don't need to keep daydreaming and create these fantasies about a certain person, about a certain situation in your head. You completely live in your own head then, right? You are cut off from reality. You are cut off from all of the blessings, all of the beautiful array of colors that nature has put on, right? You feel to be present then, right? So in order to be present, we must bring our mind gently back to the present moment and not relive the past again and again, right? So you might be holding on to the fact that just because this connection exists, they must come back. No, that is not true. That is not promised, right? Right now you're being called to be a little bit practical minded as well. That is a lesson that the feminine learns, by strengthening her own inner masculine, by being connected to her 3D world, by immersed in her own work, in her own routine as well, right? We are here to strike a balance between the two, between the masculine and the feminine, inner masculine and the inner feminine. And that can happen when we are present, not hung up on past beliefs, right? What else? What is the lesson here? Let me just ask, what is the lesson here? With the 5 of Swords, I feel like right now the lesson is about understanding that sometimes people are going to be selfish. People are going to be selfish. People are going to look out for themselves. And just because you hold the love and forgiveness doesn't mean that they are going to reciprocate that to you, right? So this is a lesson in understanding when to lay down your sword and accept defeat, and when to walk away. Sometimes I've seen quite a lot of feminines who are going to just they keep on dropping the sword. They keep on accepting defeat just to keep the peace. They allow the other person to win, but ultimately what happens is that they end up losing big time. They end up paying with their own dignity. Yes. So the lesson here is to know which battles to take on and which battles to pass. Is it worth it or is it not? Right? This person in front of you, are they worth fighting for? And it's a very hard lesson. I understand that, and my heart goes out to you. All of a sudden I feel like softened down. अभी तक मैं बहुत strictly बोल रही थी, but right now I feel like there is a soft energy coming in around you, which is helping you, supporting you, nurturing you, about letting you know that you don't need to be so hard on yourself, right? It's okay if you made a mistake. That mistake itself is guiding you towards the right direction for you. That mistake itself is guiding you towards the person who is truly meant for you, right? What is the guidance which is coming across for you, dear one, right now? Yes, so it might be time to walk away from something that has not been fulfilling you, that has not um, where you have not been considered, right? Where you have not been given importance. There has been some sort of an imbalance. This might be a friendship, this might be a relationship, this might be a job situation, this might be a social society that you are, placed in, social circle maybe, right? So if you are not given the rightful place and the rightful respect that you deserve, you're not being given that, it is completely up to you to walk away. And before walking away, you've been called to just like set the record straight. Remember the Tower card? Speak your truth, speak your mind, and speak it boldly and clearly, right? Before walking away, it is required for you to show the other person the truth, right? How things ought to be. Sometimes people need to be taught as well, right? So this is not the time to be humble. I feel like right now this is the time for you to be practical and bold, and take a call, take a chance, take a decision, right? Stand up for yourself, right? And the world is yours. I feel like right now you might be feeling like it's a dead end. You have reached a dead end, and there is nowhere else to go. But please remember that you are embarking upon a new path, a new journey, right? So this is what is coming across for you, dear one. I really hope this message helped you. Okay, so if you picked the Bumblebee Jasper, these are the messages that want to come across for you, dear one. What have you been ignoring? What have you been ignoring? Oh wow. So you have been ignoring the right to manifest, okay? The fact that you can manifest, the fact that you can create your own reality, the fact that you have been given God-given powers to create the life that you want, that you desire. Right now you might be stuck in like a victim mindset. You might be pulling yourself back, bringing yourself down again and again, thinking that, okay, why do these things happen to me? Maybe I'm not meant to experience love, maybe I'm not meant to experience marriage, maybe I'm not meant to experience a beautifully aligned partnership, maybe I'm not meant to experience the joy of motherhood, XYZ. You're beating yourself down basically, right? And you're ignoring the fact that you have been given this beautiful capacity as a human to manifest, to be the bridge between heaven and earth. You've been ignoring your own capacity to manifest, right? And you have been ignoring your own self-value and worth. You are not able to see yourself right now, dear one. I want you to really value yourself, to cherish yourself. I feel like there are people who really honor you and recognize you, but you don't feel that somehow. You feel like you're a phony. You feel that you have not earned it. You have not earned the respect somehow, right? And that might be your pain speaking, but you have been ignoring your own valuing yourself. Value yourself, reward yourself. Understand that you have made here through a lot of challenges. What are the beliefs that you are holding on to, dear one? What are the beliefs that you're holding on to? You're holding on to the belief that it is you who is always in charge. You need to take care of yourself. You need to take care of your family, of people who are around you. You need to get your life in order. You need to set things straight. Everything is your responsibility, right? It is going to be upon you, right? So there's too much of pressure. I feel like there is too much of pressure that you put upon yourself, dear one. And these are all negative beliefs about yourself, right? It is your role and your responsibility to set the record straight, to do what is right. But apart from that, everything that is beyond your control is not for you to manage. I feel like right now there might be a lot of mental stress that you're going through, right? So allow these old conditionings and beliefs to be released. It is not your responsibility. Your words, your thoughts, your actions are your responsibility, nothing beyond that, right? So there might be many people around you who keep blaming you, perhaps, so that is a stress that is causing you all of this Nine of Swords energy, this anxiety, this overthinking, this trouble, right? So you need to let go of the belief that you are the one who is responsible for everything. No, you're not, right? Also, this might be a conditioned belief that I end up getting stuck. Even after working so hard, even after trying so hard, I end up in the same place. How does it matter? What is the point? Nothing changes. All these are conditioned beliefs, right? So these are the limitations which are created in the mind. If you look at these swords represent what? They represent air energy, they represent thoughts. Okay, so it's the thought that is keeping her trapped right now, right? If you can see, the rope around her arms is quite loose. If she wants, she can move her arms, free her arms, remove the blindfold, and she can walk around the situation. She's no longer trapped, isn't she? Right? But she is keeping herself stuck, thinking that she's stuck. You're not stuck, dear one. You are not stuck. You are the master of your own destiny. There is and the irony is that there is going to be a way. As soon as you take things into your own hand, as soon as you remove this limitation of the mind that it is everything is your doing, right? You are going to see a way out of your current situation. There is going to be a miracle. There is going to be some push coming in, right? The last question is, what is the lesson out of your current situation? What is the lesson out of this situation which is coming in? The lesson is this beautiful King of Cups energy, coming into a balance of your own emotional energy, being the master of your own emotional state, right? Managing how to strike a balance between your emotional and your mental worlds, right? Because the King of Cups is someone who has mastered their emotion, who have mastered their spirituality, their feeling nature. They have they are someone who have mastered humility and compassion and generosity and empathy. Okay, they are empathetic, but they don't allow their empathy to wash them over them. They don't keep flowing into that empathy. They have one foot on the ground, on the stone, and the other foot in the water, right? So your lesson is to come into your own emotional balance, to tune into your own feeling nature as well, right? And I feel like right now you are being also taught the gift of patience, right? Sometimes if you leave things be, life figures itself out. This is the energy of the Three of Wands, right? Waiting for the ships to arrive. Okay, so things are already on their way, things are already unfolding, already happening. And Bumblebee Jasper is a stone of eternal optimism, right? It brings up this light-hearted energy. It brings up this beautiful glow from within, right? It's a stone that represents joy and happiness, right? In the small moments, small joys that we have in life, right? So cherish your life, cherish everything that you have been given, and practice gratitude so that you can see the good in everything that is to come, right? Okay, if you have picked Angelite, dear one, what are you ignoring right now? What are you ignoring in your life? You might be running away from this connection itself, alright? You are ignoring your person, your twin flame, your divine counterpart. You are ignoring your journey. You see me like walking away from your person, like this is not for me and no more and blah blah blah, but it's like you're ignoring the spiritual assignment that you've been given, that you've been provided. Yes, I'm here to help you to bring focus to your own life, but for you, dear pile number 3, you are unfortunately walking away from the very gift that God has brought to you, right? Your divine counterpart is not a romantic alignment. More than a romantic alignment, they are your spiritual guides, right? They are your spiritual guru, your catalyst, who has introduced you to this spiritual world, to this spiritual realm, right? They have initiated you on the path to divine, right? And thus it's a spiritual assignment. So quit ignoring this journey. This is a beautiful connection that has been brought to you by God. Why does it sound like an advertisement? Oh God, brought to you by God. And then we have Angelite. Lovely. So I put up a reel today about Angelite as well. So you are being initiated into Christ awareness, dear one. So I feel like you're being called to move closer to divine. Okay, this journey is here not to punish you, not to be heavy on you, but it is here to help you to realize the true potential that you hold. Right, both you and your person are perfect mirrors to each other. Right, and you are here to bring compassion, to activate this beautiful compassionate energy within each other, so that you can come into your own selfless service. Right, what are the beliefs that you are holding on to, dear one, with regards to your journey? What are you holding on to? You're holding on to a lot of confusion, dear one, and I feel that. I feel you. Right, it is not your fault, but I believe like you are at that point in time on your journey wherein everything is confusing. Even though you might be seeing a lot of signs with regards to your person, their name might be popping up, their dates or their initials might be popping up, certain references that they made in certain movies and things like that might be coming up again and again, but still you are so much in your head that you're allowing that to confuse you. And you feel like this has been going on for quite some time, I feel, and it's a stalemate situation that you are in. Right, it's like this thing here is to confuse me. I'm getting distracted by this. Right, these are the beliefs that you hold about this journey, right, which are not true. Obviously you are holding on to this. Follow your own intuition, follow your own inner guidance, for it is always leading you in the correct direction. Follow your heart. When in doubt, follow your heart. Drop your awareness into your heart and consult with your own heart. The answer will come. It always comes. Okay, whenever you feel like very troubled in your head, close your eyes, put your hand on your heart and ask the question. The answer will come out clear. Right? So that is how important it is for us to tap into our own heart-centered awareness and not to just like stay in the mind always. Right? What is the lesson here for you? What is this current cycle teaching you? This current cycle is teaching you how to let go of confusions. Oh my God, I can't. You're meant for this, dear one. You are meant to come into union with this person. This is your divine counterpart, and I like क्या भाई मतलब पूरा कार्ड ही बोल रहा है कि this is like a wedding card, this is like a शादी का card. You might be seeing 1111 a lot as well, the lesson right now for you is to pick a journey, pick a direction, pick a path, right, and walk on it. Do not fear missing out on anything, because no matter which path you take, it is already leading you to union. All paths lead home, all paths lead to God, right? All paths lead to union, no matter which path you take, right? So you don't need to worry about making a mistake or going wrong, right? Nothing is wrong, nothing is right here. Everything that happens is teaching you, helping you to get closer to God's self, right? To true alignment, right? To help you to discover and keep rediscovering your true potential, right? As a light being. So please let go of this thing in the head that I'm going to make a mistake. There are no mistakes, right? What is the guidance that is coming across for you, dear one? I have the Knight of Cups. So this is, I feel like you need to consult with your heart more, dear one. I feel like I don't feel like you are at ease with your feelings right now. Your feelings are making you feel very uncomfortable, and look how raspy my voice is getting. It's becoming very difficult for you to express how you feel to others, even to friends around you. You don't want to admit your feelings to yourself even, right? Bare your heart, and people around you are going to feel that rush of energy, rush of love around you, because you are a loving being. You picked Angelite, right? This is a wonderful stone of compassion and humility and humanitarian love. This is a universal love, universal brotherhood, This is loving beyond boundaries, loving without reason. Love is you. It is not your nature, it is not a verb, it's not an action that you do. Love is you. You are love. And through this cycle, cycle right now on your journey, you are learning how to embrace this side of you. Perhaps it was important for you to side with your mind as well, but not so much now. Do not allow doubts to ruin something which is very beautifully planted in faith, right? So this is all that is coming across for you, dear one. I don't know, someone asked for messages, but they are not here, so I believe that is all. Thank you so much for being here, dear one. Love you. Take care. Stay blessed.